If there's anybody that understands, I understand. Sometimes it's hard to commit to yourself and to be intentional about your day and to say like, oh, I know that this is going to keep me happy, so I'm going to continue to do this, when you are in a space where it just feels like a dark room and you don't have like a solution. You know what I mean?
Tell me you wanna ride, you want me by your side. There ain't no other lover that can make you smile.
What's up, girls? So hi, welcome back to my channel. So I just got off of work. Rip me off the plastic, all the acting brand new. It's the wig coming off, okay? So if you seen my last video, I went to London. And I talked a lot about me being in a bit of a funk. I'm editing this and realizing how good I am at putting on a mask when I am not feeling very happy. I was just sad. I'm gonna be honest with you. I went for my birthday, and usually birthdays are really difficult for me. I don't know why that is. Like, I'm still sort of working through that. But mental health is something that is a really, really high priority for me, because I know that it's kind of easy for me to fall in a rut. Feel myself venturing down that lane. And we're gonna do everything that we can this weekend and early next week to stop that. Try to stop ourselves from staying in the house all weekend like we usually do, watching TV, watching YouTube videos over and over and over and over again, and ordering a bunch of food. And we're gonna focus on prioritizing the things that I know make me feel better. This is how this week is gonna look. Let me grab my notebook because I came prepared. Yeah. I don't feel like being sad. Like, I'm not in the mood for that energy right now, okay? Summer is here and I wanna be outside and I wanna be in good spirits. Yay, I don't need anything holding me back. Sometimes I think that it's fine to allow and honor whatever emotions that you have in that moment. I think sometimes you kinda gotta fight against that. You gotta do what you can to like get yourself out of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna do all the things that make me happy. Not just talking like buying clothes, ordering food, material things. I'm talking about legitimate things that like have a true impact on your brain. Here's the deal. Let's get into it. Today is Friday and we're gonna do this up until Wednesday. So that's 5 days of really being intentional about how I'm choosing to live my life. In those 5 days, I don't really plan to drink when I engage in adult activities. It does have an effect on how I feel. I might be hungover and I might not feel like doing it the next day. So we're not gonna have anything interrupt our process. We're gonna be sober, Sally. Usually when I try to get myself together, I like to do it all. You know, did 2 hours in the gym, gallon of water, read 2 books in one day. I got outside airtime. I went out with my friends and all of this in one day. I'm a person that likes quick results, but I'm trying not to focus on that. I'm trying to focus on, let's just do one thing at a time per day. So I'm picking one activity per day that I know has a positive impact on my mental health, and we're gonna get into it. Friday, we're just getting fresh air. We're keeping it real simple, real cute, real cash. I don't know about you, but I really undervalue the experience of fresh air. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see my favorite view in my neighborhood. I live in Brooklyn, so I'm just gonna go to the downtown Brooklyn Bridge. So we're about to do that now. I'm actually meeting up with my friend, Brittany. I used to work with her. Love her. I'm going to meet up and we're gonna walk her dog together. I am trying to decide if I wanna put on a wig or if I just wanna leave like this, but I know I'm about to put on a little bit of a little conceal moment. Also think that like when it comes to my mental health, me looking cute, that's a big deal. I like to feel like I look good. I look real good today. I look real good today. All right, let's go on this walk. See you in a minute. All right, let's get into this walk. So I got myself ready. You can see my video on my YouTube shorts or my TikTok. If you're not following me there, make sure you check in, boo. So I ended up meeting up with my friend, like I said, Brittany. We used to work together and she just has such a great energy. I feel like it's even better. Like, I meant to do this by myself, but I feel like it was even better to walk with her and her dog, because obviously dogs are very friendly. But she walked probably like 2 miles with me, and then I walked the rest of the 2 miles by myself throughout my favorite area. Like, look at downtown. She's just so cute. Like, I love her down. I love her life. I used to run down in this area all the time. This is the best area in Brooklyn, in my opinion. Like, if you're looking for peace, a moment, This is it, by the pier. So I ended up walking back home. I walked like 4 miles total, and I walked to the vitamin store before I walked home. And we're gonna get into the second part of what made me feel better. And this is the key right here. Hey friends, we're back. We made it back home. I'm in my night clothes. I just have on this gray shirt and some sweats. I also made myself dinner, which isn't much. I went to Trader Joe's and got a bunch of frozen food, and I just have a veggie fried rice situation going on here. I had a great time walking. I met up with my friend Brittany, which you saw on the voiceover, and saw her dog. I used to want a corgi really bad. I want one still, but based on what I have going on next year, it doesn't make sense for me to have a dog literally at all, but I really feel like a dog would help my mental health, but I can't have one. So in the meantime, we're leaning on some vitamins. I would have went to Target, but because I had a lot to get, if you live in Brooklyn, you know that the Targets are really scarce, okay? They don't have anything. So, vitamin shop, and luckily for me, they had a buy one, get one half off or something like that. Babes, I saved a lot of money. I am a firm believer that like everything that you feel can be dictated by like what you're putting in your body. The point when I like was like super depressed and like really needing to get out of it, I had a conversation with my cousin who like had experiences with this. It was years ago when like people weren't really fully talking about being depressed. It wasn't like a sad girl era like it is now. Like people weren't talking about their feelings, and I wasn't comfortable talking about my feelings, so I wasn't like leaving the door open for anybody else to share theirs. We were talking about like food and like vitamins and like how all of that sort of impacts your day-to-day living. And at this point I was like vegan, but I was like a heavy junk food vegan. I'm a carby Barbie baby. I was not taking my vitamins. I have never been a vitamin girl. My grandmother grew up like telling me to take my vitamins, and I just did not take her serious, babes. And I started to change the way that I ate, and I like incorporated more greens in my diet, and then I started to get more vitamins, and I saw a difference. I know that this is something that helps me, and I'm gonna share the vitamins that I keep on hand. I got a few extras. I actually used ChatGPT to help me. I am not a health professional by any means. Like I barely have any idea. Like I'm putting this up in ChatGPT. I don't know nothing. Take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Figure out what works for you. Try it out. If it doesn't work, stop it. If it messes up something, stop it. Like, do what works best for you. You don't have to follow everything that I do. I understand, like if there's anybody that understands, like I understand. Sometimes it's hard to take them, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to commit to yourself and to be intentional about your day and to say like, oh, I know that this is going to keep me happy, so I'm going to continue to do this. When you are in a space where it just feels like a dark room and you don't have like a solution, you know what I mean? Or it's hard to even want to like go after that if you are sad and if you're not in a good headspace. And I understand that, babes, okay? So take your time. That's why I said earlier, like I think that it's best to like honor what it is that you want to do, but also recognize when is a good point for you to like push through. I got sad like maybe like a few weeks ago or like a month ago or something like that, and I just allowed myself to be sad for a couple weeks. But this time I recognized that like the last couple of times that I got sad, I allowed it to take over my entire life. You know, you can't do that too many times. Sometimes you just gotta push through and do the work. And this is the work. So let's get into the vitamins. The first thing that I have is a multivitamin. I actually use Ritual. Ritual, if you see this, babe. Hi. I actually use Ritual and their multivitamin for women, and it has a bunch of things like B12. Like it has like, it's just a multivitamin, so it has a lot of different vitamins already in it, and it has like this minty taste to it too, so it's not like super nasty. It's not like a big pill either. And I have a bunch of these around because I have an Amazon subscription. It's a small little pill. It's not too much. You take 2 of them and you take them every day. 60 pills, so it's enough for the month, so 2 a day. And that's multivitamin. A pusher, baby. I'm your pusher. Vitamin C. I like a mix of gummies, liquid, and pills. I don't know why. I just like to mix it up. It helps to regulate your mood. So having vitamin C will help reduce that feeling of like anxiety or depression and things like that. Vitamin D. So vitamin D supports your brain health, and apparently the people say that people that have low levels of vitamin D often experience higher levels of depression. This helps with your brain health. Another one, Thank you. This one is also a newer one that I take. Omega-3s are often found in things like fish oil, and because I don't eat meat, I don't have fish oil. This is a vegan omega-3 and it comes from flaxseed. You can either have this or you can just like get some like flaxseed meal specifically, because they're flaxseeds and then they're flaxseed meal where it's like smaller bits and pieces in your smoothie and you'll be good to go. I actually would recommend that more so that you can also get your greens and all of that stuff too. So I have to read this because I have no idea, but I saw it on pop up on a list multiple times that omega-3 is really good for your brain health. Healthy fats that are essential for the brain structure and function. They help in making chemicals that transmit messages between brain cells. Omega-3s have anti-inflammatory effects and may reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues. I don't know much about her. If you do, let me know in the comments if you take your omega-3s, fish oils, whatever you do, and if you notice a difference when you don't versus if you do. Where the health girl is at? Where y'all at? Here is that girl, okay? This is a vitamin B12. Love a good vitamin B12, and I have specifically used this brand for mad long. I used to take vitamin B12 in another form, like a pill. This is a liquid version. I remember when I first started taking this specific brand, I noticed the difference in like, I'm a person that gets really sleepy, okay? I can go to bed right now. Vitamin B12 really helps me from an energy perspective, period. Really helps with my energy and like makes me feel like a little chippery, you know? It just makes me feel happier. Helps create like the chemicals that help with your mood and your memory. So people that don't have a lot of vitamin B are often people that have memory issues or have a lot of disturbance with their mood. Meaning like you can tick off at any point, babes, and that's me. And last but not least, I'm also trying something new again. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I had gotten a psychiatrist, and my psychiatrist was telling me about magnesium, and she was like, you need to be taking magnesium, like magnesium and vitamin B12. Those are the things that you need to be taking every single day. This is what's going to help you with your mood and like how you feel and help you with your mental health overall. And that's just something that you just need to be consistent on from a natural front. I just love having doctors that are prescribing you things that are not drugs. And she talked very heavily about magnesium. I heard that the girlies use this to help them sleep. Like, so I'm probably gonna take this when I go to sleep because I do not need anything else making me more tired. It's supposed to relax you and calm you and regulate your stress response. When you have low levels of magnesium, you often have sleep problems, depression, anxiety, things like that. So like I said, my psychiatrist, she recommended this heavily and I'm gonna listen to her. Those are the things that I got: magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin D3, omega-3, the vegan version. You can get fish oil if you want, and vitamin B12. We went on a walk, we got our vitamins. I'm already feeling like, I would say I feel like 15% better. See you guys tomorrow.
What happens, they came on the show because Danielle in the season 2 reunion brought up that Teresa.
Good morning, y'all. So we are about to head to Pole. I just spent some time cleaning up my house, getting my energy together. I think that is also a good mental health tip. Okay, it's the easiest way to tell how I'm doing mentally. Take a look at my place. If it's a mess right on up here too. I'ma just do a little voiceover for this day. Probably going to do some yoga before I head out. My body is very sore. I've been going to the gym for the past couple of days and she's sore. I'm also feeling really strong for pole today, which is good. Probably try out like a Nike class that's on Netflix. Girl, Netflix done got me. After all these years of using other people's passwords, they done kicked me off. You think you can do this to me? I done gave in. I got a Netflix account, so I'm using it for everything that it's got. I think they got some yoga classes on there. If not, I'm just using my Peloton app. Let's get into this day.
When it's you and that experience can get you to change.
The boy's mine, the boy's mine. No, he's mine.
I'll be right there.
But make you stop it up. Yeah, don't see your foot under. But you save him from trouble. It takes such a long.
I wanna be. Say you made your part. See my baby boo shit, boy, she taking, hollering out, sweet grooving, your mom's moving.
I really need to shave my head. Not today. How do I learn a new move in pole class and almost have to be sent to the hospital? Are you not embarrassed? Okay, let's get to it. I go to beginner spin pole classes in Brooklyn, and we get it in fresh out the gate. Like, we go into an ab workout. Like, you get a full workout before you even touch the pole. And we start with these pole pull-ups, which I'm not that great at. I've gotten better, though. So Daniel teaches the classes, and he always starts off with this. And every time I try to do his moves, I just can't quite get it. And that little 1-2, honey, had me tired, so I had to come out of that shirt. If somebody tells you that pole isn't a workout, they're lying. These little moves be looking real easy and simple, but they are not. So I was ready to start climbing. Your girl is getting better with her climbs. Like, my form is getting better. Look at me. I'm celebrating myself. And then we moved on to learning new moves. So we're off, and we failed. For some reason, I was really tired for this class. So even simple moves, I just could not get. And I ended up getting it a little bit, and I started to get a bit of energy, wiped myself down, and I said, I want to try this while I'm climbing. Why? Well, let's take a look, because I tried it, and baby, look at me. Look at me. I'm upside down on the pole for the first time, and then it just went bad. The closer you get to the pole, the faster you go, and I just could not get down. And I am really dramatic, so I made a scene. I had to get everybody to help me, and then I kept trying to do stuff that I know I wasn't ready for. And you hypes me up every time. Like, I love this class. It just gets me out of my comfort zone. Yeah, You thinking about going? Go. I am wore out, okay? Out. That class, I need to wash my hands. That class was such a good time. Like, real vibey. It was real good energy in there. It was packed boots. Like, usually the classes don't be that packed. But I don't know if it's because it's summertime. I don't know if it's because people are making a lot of TikToks about it like me. Packed boots in there today. Packed boots. And the energy was just good. Like, people were vibing really, really well. Everybody linked up really well with each other. I ended up meeting like 3 new friends. We done added each other on Instagram and everything. Told them I was coming every Saturday, but you know, Lord knows, I'm unpredictable. I almost had a fumble. Like, I almost passed away. Today would have been the last day. Y'all wouldn't even seen this vlog because I would have been out of here. I did a new trick and everybody was cheering, and then suddenly I just ran out of energy. I do not have the capacity to get myself off of the pole, and if I could, I would have just had to let go. My muscles just did not have it in me. Like, they just completely shut down. I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs, help me, help me, literally in the class screaming loud. Here in Brooklyn, and you go to Incredible. Daniel teaches, I think he teaches a few different other classes, but he teaches a spin pole beginner, and that's the one that I take. He works you down. I've been to a few different instructors, and I like all the instructors at Incredible are really good. Sometimes I go to pole classes and I be like, dang girl, how many times you gonna do this one little move, or how many times you gonna do this one little thing? Daniel will push you to your limits and give you every trick in the, but we did probably like 10 tricks today. Maybe a teacher will focus on like 3, 4, 5, maybe. He pushes it, and then at the end he'll be like, okay, you know, y'all doing good. Let's try to one up, and let's try to do something advanced. Maybe nobody in the class would do it, maybe one person would do it, but he will literally just give you more than what you ever asked for. But nonetheless, I've been talking for like 4 minutes already. I had a really good time. I'm very high energy now. I enjoyed myself. I made some friends, and that is like what I mean. Finding a hobby and like meeting people. Usually when people go to classes like this, like pottery, adult gymnastics even, like, you're going to see similar faces, which I saw my girl when I first walked in there. You're going to see similar faces, or you're going to just make new friends, because most people that go into classes like that are often coming in with the mindset of either I'm trying this out for the first time and it's a one and done, or I'm trying this out and I want to stick to it, and I want to come a few times out of the week, or I want to come a few times out of the month, or I want this to be my new hobby. And most people come with that mindset. And so if somebody's coming with a mindset of like, I'm going to be around here for a while, they're more open to like creating a new community. I had a really good time. My muscles are beat. Look at this. I know, you see this right here? I did a move the wrong way. Pole is not for the weak. The amount of bruises I have from pole, and I'm not even good, is insane. This is gonna be so dark tomorrow. I already know. I'm glad that I, you know, got up and did this. And tomorrow we're going to church. I have to figure out what I'm gonna wear because I haven't been to church in a long time. And I grew up Kojic. I don't know about y'all, but I grew up Kojic, so I just was raised that you don't be coming up in no church with no jeans on. And I will be. And what about it? Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon. We got up and we got ready for church. I can't believe I was up on time enough to do my hair and my makeup and film a video, baby. I filmed a video of this on TikTok. The man hated it, okay? I have never gotten talked about so much in my life, but that's not the point. We ended up going to church. I got ready, got dressed, and spirituality has always been something that I've been really closely connected to. I grew up in the church since birth, Kojic, and I'm not really particular about the type of churches that I go to as long as it's a good word. And I found a new church in Brooklyn that I saw a friend go to, and after that I decided to take myself to get some food. I walked around Brooklyn for a hot minute and I got some good pancakes at 2 p.m. by myself. But I came home and I got undressed, and let's talk about my experience at church in just a second. But I care. I put on a little mask and I'm not taking it off for y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The video is literally about taking care of yourself, and baby, that's exactly what I'm doing. So if I look scary, my apologies. So I really like the church that I went to. Like I said, I went to Epiphany in Brooklyn. The neighborhood, it's like, you know, walkable distance from the train. It took me like 15 minutes to get there. Very young crowd. It was very packed. Obviously, I was a little late, as I usually am. I was about 30 minutes late, and it was like I had to sit in the back. If you saw my footage, I was like very much so in the back next to a crying baby. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to church again next week, because if the guy that was preaching today was the pastor that is around all the time, I would never, ever, ever, ever go. The pastor was out of town, I guess. And he was part of the reason why I came, because I saw footages of him. I got on stage today, he was talking about he just joined the church. I was like, what's going on? He had all these stories. I'm like, nothing resonated. I wasn't really like super dialed in because he was like very boring and dry. I'm just being honest. I think that I miss the energy that church brings, right? Like in the same way that when I went to Pole yesterday, it's the community aspect and being around people and good energy and like like-minded individuals and all of that. Similar to church, it's very community based, obviously. I made 2 new friends while I was there. Like I was very unintentional about that. Like I didn't go in and like chit chat with people. And usually when I want to be quiet, I'm gonna be quiet, baby. Mouth shut. But it was a nice girl that sat next to me, and then she introduced me to her friends, and you know, I plan to meet them next week. They both agreed, like, you have to come when the pastor teaches. I'm taking this off. It's driving me nuts. The praise team was really, really good. That is how I look and see like if a church is good or not. Like, what's that music hitting for? Okay, I need to hear vocals. Okay, I liked what I did this morning. Like I like everything about my morning. It felt so familiar because like I said, I haven't been to church in a long time. It just felt really good to be in a familiar environment, and I enjoyed that, and it made me really happy. We're gonna get to it. But happy Sunday if you're watching this, whenever you're watching this. Hopefully I have a good week too, and good week to you. My friend just called me, so I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that I'm about to go out. I feel like I'm trying to get settled, but I'm not going out. I told you I'm not drinking on this, and I haven't, so I'm keeping my word. We're gonna keep this section short and sweet. This is just about food. It has such an impact on how you feel. I swear to God, when I changed the way I was eating when I was super depressed, it changed everything for me. Fruits, vegetables, making sure that you're prioritizing that in your diet. This is all the food that I made before. I cooked this day actually, but it wasn't as cute, so I included some old footage. Hi friends, so I just got back from the gym. Kind of like be consistent, you know what I mean? So I've been going to the gym more frequently with the wig on. If y'all saw my little YouTube short of this kinky hair, I put the headband on because I don't feel like laying it down, but I feel like this be giving me a couple looks in the gym, you know what I mean? I might find a little zen. My last little tidbit, if you will, of how to get yourself out of depression, out of the slums. I ended up taking myself out on a solo date. I was just gonna talk about me going out on a solo date, but then I remembered, like, I used to be really, really big. Like, my solo dates, top tier. Nobody was topping my solo dates back a couple years ago. Nobody. Literally, babes. There was nobody that was topping my solo dates. I was taking I will show you the real head ass. I was taking myself out. I used to take myself out like once a month or once every other week on a Friday, maybe go and get something to drink, and I would just do an activity. Like, I wouldn't just take myself out to eat. I feel like taking yourself out to eat on a solo date is the easiest way to take yourself out, but it's not as fun. Like, you're just sitting there. What are we doing? I feel like solo dates are so much better, just like a normal date. Like, if you think about going out with like a guy, a gal, or a they, a them, whoever, best dates are when you're doing something. Going to paint it with a twist, like little things like that. Treat yourself exactly how you want your man to treat you. Period. Take yourself out. Take yourself out. Get out of the house. You're not gonna get nowhere sitting in the house. That's what this video is about, is just fighting through, and getting out the house is the best way to do that. Like I said, I used to take myself out all the time, but most of the times when I would do it, it would be like really sporadic. I would have events on my calendar that reminded me, oh, you have a date this weekend with yourself. Make the reservations like the day before. I would do that, but I wanted to make it a little bit more fun. I went to my friend's house. He's in a relationship, and him and his boyfriend, they had this container sitting at the top of their refrigerator, and it was filled with little notes. Last year, I had a container that I kept, and it was full of like notes, but it was things that I needed to work on. You can't tell, I'm really big on like internal work. I always feel like there was more that I can be doing to make my life better. It was called I'm Proud of You jar. This is a little extra bonus, you know what I mean? I had a really hard time acknowledging small victories. Like, in order for me to not acknowledge anything that like I've done positively, it had to be something huge. Like, if you can't celebrate you, how you gonna expect anybody else to? But I like put in every day, like not every day, but every little moment, I would just like throw in, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for having a tough conversation with your dad. I'm proud of you for taking yourself out on a date. I'm proud of you for celebrating your birthday. I'm proud of you for like little things that I normally wouldn't acknowledge. Taking a beat, taking a pause, and getting a sticky note and writing like a short, I'm proud of you because whatever. And I did that for the entire year. At the end of the year, on the 1st of January, I went through the container and I read all of them. And I actually got really emotional, like I cried. Was a lot of things that I noticed, I recognized, like I did do a lot of things. I did do a lot of healing, a lot of work, and I should acknowledge that more. I am deserving of X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? Anyways, back to the point. I asked him what were all these notes in there for, and he was like, oh, we just select out of that every Friday when we take ourselves out. That was their date jar, and I'm single. I think this is good for people that are also in a relationship. I think that like, I often have conversations with my friends that are in relationships, because I'm not, because you still, at the end of the day, are an individual. Regardless if a relationship ends or continues to prosper, you should still want to manage and keep a good relationship with your own self. Have little moments of peace with yourself. I'm very, very big on that. My parents were also really big on that. Like, my dad used to take himself out all the time. My mama, not so much. But my dad, I grew up watching him, like, literally, he would just take himself out. Go pick up this container from Target. I got some Post-its. That is literally all you need. Just use what you can, girl. Use what you can. I'm gonna pick about a couple ones that I wanna put in here. I have a couple ideas. Easiest one is dinner and a movie. Fold it up. There it is. Place it in there. I do want to take myself to a pottery class. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I keep waiting on friends to do it with me. And this is why this is so good, because this is your opportunity to not wait on nobody. Just go and do it yourself. I don't know any like good ones in Brooklyn. I've never been. I know good ones in Detroit because that's where I'm from. So if you know of any good pottery classes in Brooklyn or in the city period in New York, let me know. Something as simple as like a bike ride through. I'm gonna put motor. Bikes, maybe a little too much for me. Prospect Park and lunch. Uber Eats and wine. Another one, thank you. Oh, also I want to take a cooking class, pasta making class, maybe pasta making at Italy. Another one, thank you. A Broadway show would be cute. Another one, thank you. You know what I want to do? I want to go out. do it when I go out of town by myself, but I don't know if I've done it here. Maybe go and sit and have hookah by myself. I don't do hookah no more, bro. Like, I literally can't. I used to do hookah all the time, and then one time I did hookah at Pergola, which is usually where I go. I love Pergola. Like, I love the vibe. I love the energy. When I did it, I literally was like, this is giving mad cigarette vibes. And we all know that's literally what hookah is. And it just gave me the ick. And I was like, what has gotten into you? Baby, I said no more. No more. Go to a fun bar. Night out. Another one, thank you. I could go to a jazz bar. I've been wanting to go to a jazz bar too. Yeah, always wanted to do that little outdoor movie situation. I feel like they got a lot of those here. Go see like a little old classical movie. White Chicks. White Chicks is my favorite movie if you don't know. That's enough. I feel like I've got enough. You get the point. Before or like the week of or like whatever, pick it out. What happened? Honestly. Oh, a cooking class, period. Ah. And just to show y'all I'm not lying, I will literally book this right now because I've been dying to do this. I'm about to take this wig off so I can get comfortable and say goodbye. I am done. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm assuming that if you're here, you are in a place that is tough right now, maybe. Or you have been. The one thing that I want to put forward, and I think that this is like huge across all of my videos. So many ways I try to like emphasize this in every video, whether it's a maintenance day or whatever, is to take care of yourself. Because I think that oftentimes we are on the move. We are constantly thinking about everybody else and how do we please everybody else. We're constantly thinking about how other people might perceive us and catering to what other people want to see. We're constantly thinking about the day-to-day things that we have to do in life in general. We're trying to stay afloat in this hard-ass life because it's hard as out here, okay? It is hard. It is not an easy task to be happy every day, and nobody is happy every day. Like my therapists tell me all the time, happiness is not your moods in life. It's not a linear thing. You're going to go up. You're going to have ups and downs. It's not something that stays that way. But know that if you are down right now, there is an upside. You do have control. You do have the ability to take care of yourself and put yourself first and do what's necessary for you. I'm not saying that everything in this video is going to help you. These are the things that help me. I've seen success with as somebody who has been like, I experienced depression when I was young. You know what I mean? Like, I got alopecia when I was 9 years old, and I didn't even know how to call depression until I was 23. That was just around the time that more people were talking about it. It was actually the Read. I don't know if y'all listen to the Read podcast, but it was actually the Read that like gave me a little bit more awareness into depression, anxiety, like all of these things that I just wasn't privy to. We sometimes don't take a beat to recognize how certain things are impacting us, what our triggers are, how to calm ourselves down. Like, we don't take a moment to like look inward and take care of ourselves. So I want this to be a reminder, whether you're looking at any video that I make, this one included, my maintenance videos, my TikToks, my shorts, like whatever. Every video I'm trying to put forward to like take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Put things in your own hands, whether it's doing your own hair, doing your own lashes, taking time for yourself, taking a moment for yourself. I feel like this is getting like really corny and cheesy. Legitimately, I think that the most important thing that you can do is to honor you and what you want and what you need. Listen to yourself, have a level of awareness, because if you can't take care of yourself, ain't nobody else gonna be able to do it. Nobody can take care of you like you can. I don't care if no man come around. I don't care about nobody other than Jesus. Yeah, my God today. I'm such a church girl. Make sure y'all take care of yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you are sad right now, you will get out of it, boo-boo. I hope this video gave you a little bit of peace of happiness. We'll be back next week. You will see me again. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me or a weekly vlog. I think I might do a get ready with me because I haven't done a sit down video yet. And I feel like I got things to say. And I also got a new wig. And y'all gonna see me make a new wig, so. Cause y'all been asking me to make wigs, so I'm finally gonna get to it like y'all asked, okay? I hope you guys have a great and beautiful day, a week, whatever. And I will talk to y'all next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. You're grown, that's up to you. And I will see you next week. Bye.